guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, then I have some fun videos for you. Guys, today, first of all, I know, I've been kind of hyperfixating on the row because I just love them so much. But I do have another favorite brand, Bottega Veneta. I am currently wearing my shoulder pouch right now. You guys know how much I love my collection of 6 Bottega Veneta bags, and there are some new kids on the block. There are some new bags that I am fully obsessed with. We're gonna go over all of these goodies today. First and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put up videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, so as I said in my intro, you guys know I have been like, my love for the row has just keeps growing with every bag that I get and every piece that I get. But I realized that, you know, you guys, I had not started my YouTube channel when I was in my Bottega Veneta collecting era. I got like literally 4 pouch bags, I think, right before starting my channel a year ago. And so I don't want to feel like they're being neglected. We have to start off with the very first new bag that's a new style of an older / kind of newer bag. You guys know how much, which I say this, I start with this bag in every video because quite frankly, I'm obsessed with it and I wore it all day yesterday. I love it so much. My medium Bottega Veneta sardine bag, which is just like, honestly, top 3. Again, I always say that, and so you guys are probably counting like there's top 5 in your top 3, but this one's actually in my top 3 of my entire bag collection. And I made a prediction, or I made a guesstimate during the runway show that I hoped was going to be right, and I was right. The original size sardine pouch is now coming with a chain. Life changer, game changer. I know that this was because I'm sure a lot of people criticized the original pouch size for not having a chain or strap option. It's what made me want to go with my medium size. Honestly, like, everybody is correct, and you guys know I'm honest here. Because I love that bag so much, I love the vibe of it, but I do not hold it by the actual sardine. I throw that bad boy over my shoulder and call it a day. I've even only ever worn it like kind of in the transitional moments, if you're like sitting down for coffee, sitting down for lunch, whatever, going someplace on the actual handle. Otherwise, I really just use the strap. And needless to say, it's very uncomfortable to hold it kind of in the crook of your arm. It looks so cool, but it is uncomfortable. So I can imagine that with the original sardine bag, a lot of people were like, I can't, it's so uncomfortable. Having this chain, which is kind of like, let's be honest here, it's a Chanel-esque chain with the metal / woven leather combo. And essentially, I'm obsessed. The strap is like literally a game changer. I'm gonna go try to see this in person like right after the new year, go pay a visit to Bottega. And just long story short, I think that this is a game changer. I think a lot of people who loved the sardine bag but were nervous of exactly that, of only having the sardine to hold it with, this is a game changer. And then the bag that is making its rounds as the newest bag, I think it was shown in just a very new campaign with Kendall Jenner, which I just have to say, I think I even like said this in a video before it. Danny Michelle is Kendall Jenner's stylist, and she did the whole, like, I knew something was happening because I was like, that you can't, Kendall's not just like randomly walking out of a store with like a very her outfits are always curated, but like they were too curated and head to toe Bottega. I was like, something's happening, and A$AP Rocky was doing it too, and I was like, something's happening. And I do really like the very like Yeezy-esque shoot of just like random paparazzi style photos for a new ad campaign. Anyway, just throwing that in there, you know, my artsy visual self has to throw these details in. And this new bag seems to be the star of the show. It's very interesting. Again, this is one that I have to see in person because it's almost like, I'm just thinking of this in this very moment, it's almost like Louis Vuitton's multi-pochette, almost giving the Bottega Veneta-fied version of like, we're gonna give you multiple pouches so that you can put your keys in one, all your essentials in another, whatever, yada, yada, yada. It's a cool concept. I love the shape of it. I'm not sure how much I love this bag, so I need to go see it in person, but I do love the fact that it's very Bottega. It's very simple, but then with an extra added detail, and the multicolor ones, like, I can see this going so well with so many different kind of vibes and outfit styles. It's very new Bottega, very Mathieu Blazy. I'm very curious to see this one in person. For one that I have no question about, and I am like dying. I actually saw, oh, you know, things are just meant to be. I did see one like available on the Real. It was probably only available for like 1.2 seconds, and somebody snatched it up before I even had a chance to see it. The Bottega Veneta Andiamo clutch bag. Yes, this is like my third or fourth time talking about it because this bag is freaking beautiful and I want it so much. I put it like even on my written notes wish list, and that's how you know it's serious because, you know, I believe in the power of the pen. And this bag is stunning. It's so stunning. I know it's very obvious that it's, you know, the Kelly cut inspired vibe. Savette does a version, as a few other brands kind of have a version of that like elongated, not just an East-West style, but like really a Kelly cut-esque vibe. And this one, I have to say, is like by far my favorite. It's the second I saw it, I was obsessed, and I was like, oh right, now we need to start saving for another bag. It's so stunning, and they've started bringing it out in more colors. It's in a seasonal, like that really cool gold vibe that I just talked about in one of my other videos, and I just like it. I truly could not think of a more perfect combo. The lock and the hardware and it's like this bag is quite frankly, it's honestly my favorite on this entire list. And now we know and love the Bottega Veneta hot bag in the two different sizes. Talked about that, you know, as soon as that released, I still do love it. I still really love it. It's a very cool, it's just like, it's sharp. It's a little bit, it's the modernized version, shall we say, of the original Bottega Hobo. But I do I'm very curious. This is one also that I'm like, I need to go see this one in person. There's a mini size with a crossbody / shoulder strap option, which I think is very smart, first of all. It doesn't seem so mini that it's really a mini bag, but it's really cool. I haven't seen any outfits together with this, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this one, because a lot of the magic of the hot bag, I think, is in that largest size. But this one definitely piques my interest as well. And the getaway bag, another one that I'm like, oh God, do I have another bag that I need to be adding to my list and saving for? This, as soon as I saw this, I said, she's the one. She is the one. This bag is so, like, it is so stunning. I compared her, which now I kind of changed my mind now that I've seen what I'm about to talk about in a second in person. I compared the Getaway from Bottega to the India from the Row. It's not exactly the same, but like same concept. It's like a very chic, work-esque, almost doctor style, almost briefcasey style, like just like, oh, the epitome of a dope bag that you like think of taking to work. But then both the Row and Bottega in their own ways have modernized it, made it so, it's just like, it is so stunning. And in Bottega's case, I think it's a little bit smaller than the India, and there's some really cool, it's so stunning. It is so stunning. The cool details added, I think, really give it they give it a timeless vibe, shall we say. That's what I'm looking for. I feel like with a style like that seems like work appropriate, but then like Bottega kind of coolified it up and made it young and hip. But both of these bag styles are ones that like you could see yourself wearing for literally the rest of your life. And there's a strap option. Like, oh my, I honestly, this one is my second, we'll have to battle it out with the Andiamo clutch bag. Whereas I love the Andiamo bag, I especially love it in the East-West style, but it like that one didn't like tug at my heartstrings at first. But this style, the second I saw it, I was like, oh Lord, there's a new bag that I now need to consider. And one that I have seen in person that my mom, you have an amazing eye. I might not pronounce this correctly, the Boletto, something like that bag. As soon as we were in Bergdorf's a little while ago and went to the Bottega section, and she immediately was like, oh my gosh, this bag is stunning. And honestly, this is not as similar to the Getaway bag where I immediately was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. It took me a few seconds of like looking at it again. And now that I've looked at it online like more and more in the different, like both sizes actually, I think it's so stunning. This is a stunning bag. This is such a stunning bag. And there's something so chic. Again, it's like this one leans definitely more bowling bag / doctor style bag. I don't know how you do, like design something that's so cool. Again, I'm not a leather specialist, so it could be easy. I don't know, but the way that it kind of like tucks in at the sides makes it like very me, where it's like you're still kind of getting a pouch-esque style bag, but with something more structured, and it's so chic. This one also, like, quite frankly, I think is like absolutely stunning. And for a queen approved bag that hasn't even released yet, Rihanna, of course, who else would I be talking about? The queen herself has worn the newest, which it was called, but so I'm assuming it still will be called the Lauren bag. You guys, this is the new pouch bag. This is the new pouch bag. This is Mathieu Blazy's kind of, you know, or again, what we're proposing to be his new Bottega style pouch era vibey bag. This is a vintage style that is going to be re-released. I think the vintage styles never came. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they ever came that, like, it's a big bag. I don't think they ever came that massive, but I have seen, this is my public service announcement, I've seen a lot of the vintage styles on the pre-loved, like plenty of vintage styles on the pre-loved market. If you love this bag, if you love Rihanna and the way that she styles everything, if it's Rihanna approved, like, this is such a cool style, and I'm very curious to see the sizes that it's going to be coming in and to see how people respond to it. It does kind of have a vintagey vibe, which I think is really cool. It's a little retro, low-key. Like, it's not as sleek, but there's something very cool about it, and I think a lot of people really might like the fact that it has a clasp, just, I don't know, just for security, just for like one extra thing to have to do to close the bag, which makes us all feel very safe. Overall, let's just, like, we can't deny the fact that the size of this, the way that you just like, it truly billows over your arm, however you carry it, it's gonna be so cool. And lastly, to piggyback off of another vintage inspired new style, new release that I haven't yet talked about, which several of these bags on this list are vintage inspired, just to throw that in there. The mini Wallace, aka what a lot of people I think knew as like the little Bottega Vanity style pouches. This bag, I never talked about this, which I think is so funny. It definitely had a moment of like a lot of people being really excited about it and purchasing the vintage ones. There still are a lot of vintage styles on the pre-loved market, just for you vintage lovers and pre-loved hunters out there. I think that this one is really cool. It did get like a quick little moment of fame and then I think has kind of died down, but I think it's very, very cool. We know I've been talking about like how cool I think it is in other people's styles, because I have yet to add one myself, that you can turn a vanity case into a bag. Like, it's such a vibe. And I think like for sure it's on my hit list. I've talked about my own styles that I really want. And this one, honestly, I might consider looking at, especially maybe the pre-loved or vintage ones, but I do love, again, like Mathieu Blazy has a very special way of just like making things a little bit more sleek, like a little bit more sleek, modernizing vintage styles in such a cool way that I think makes them so chic and really timeless still. And that I feel like is very, very hard to do. You guys, I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. These are the new kids in town. I can't wait. There are like several of these styles that I need to go see in person. And as always, more importantly, I can't wait to hear your thoughts and which one is your favorite. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.